I'm doing an Animal Jam video because I haven't done one in a while. Let me go to my den. Oh, right. As I maybe put it in the title, maybe I didn't put it in the title. I have some additions to make to my, what was it again? My climate change video. So, if y'all have any questions, feel free to ask and I can answer that probably in the comments, but you know, whatever. So, anyway, my first little, I guess, thing I want to say is, or I guess a correction is a better term, is I remember at some point I had said something along the lines of like, oh, we have a sort of set solution. And I may have corrected myself on that a bit, but it's not quite the case. I think I meant more as in we have an idea as to what we can do to improve, you know, to not have this be as much of an issue. I'm gonna like cut most of this out because I'm just rambling. I guess another thing I want to add is sort of there's plenty of ways to sort of adjust your life to be more environmentally friendly. What did I do? And a way. Oh, sorry, I keep zoning out. Hold on. Keep in mind the reuse. Wait, no, sorry. Hold on. The reduce, reuse, recycle rule. I keep messing up this game. I'm stumbling on both my speech and the game. Reduce, right? We're just trying not to buy as much, and I know it's tempting to buy things, you know, whenever they're on sale or whichever, but also. This is also an economic thing, not just an environmental thing. Just because something is on sale doesn't mean it's a good idea to buy it. Because if you're not going to use it, you're kind of losing money on it. My mom has a bit of a habit of just purchasing things that were on sale. And it's just like, I'm not going to use this, Mom. I don't know why you bought this. You know, when you gotta buy something, like, you can thrift it, or even get it, you know, from, like, a family member or a friend who has stuff to give away. That sort of thing, you know? And then reuse. Reuse. If you have old stuff that you're not really using anymore, find another purpose for it. Like, I'm somebody who likes to make doll stuff and doll houses and things. A material that I tend to use for dollhouse stuff is cardboard. I reuse a lot of our cereal boxes. And I actually have a bunch in my room. I should probably clean those out because they're kind of getting crowded. Bam. Sorry, I got a little stressed. Oh! Anyway, what did I say? I'm sorry. And then recycle. Put the proper stuff in the recycling. Don't just shove whatever you've got. My penguin. Hold on, I'm gonna rewatch the video and see if there's anything I want to say.
A few minutes later.
I'm back, sorry. I re-logged on because I went to watch the video. I feel like the whole video also implied that it was like, all of it was like, industry's fault and like, they're the only ones that are responsible, which isn't true. When I say industries, I guess I mean more the head of the industries. You know Forever 21? They're a fast fashion industry. If you don't know what fast fashion is, it's like industries that just quickly produce like clothing to fit the trends and like quickly get it out there so they can make money. Profit, I should say. That way I don't sound silly. and because of the quickness of them making it, you know, there's some unethical stuff, and I mean that isn't just on like cheaper industries either. That is also something that can be on like more expensive brands, which gets me, I guess, into another point that I want to make, and it's well, okay, it's like a half point. I don't know, I don't think it's that much of a hot take to say, unless I'm wrong, but you know, capitalism isn't the best, you know, because at least to me, a big part of capitalism is the fact that it is, for the most part, motivated by money. Because of the focus on profits, you know, and there's like other things in the mix, like commercialism, I get. Maybe I'm probably talking a bit more about commercialism than capitalism, but I mean, am I smart enough to even distinguish the two? Because of the focus on money, sometimes that can lead to some questionable business practices. It can be less about the quality of a product. It can be less about, you know, less about the workers, treating the workers fairly, and about, you know, making it sustainable and stuff. And I don't even know where I was going with this. Let's just play Animal Jam. I'm sorry. My art is not true. What is your art? Let's look at your art, fam. Ooh, these are cute. I like that. I like the very anime girl. Oh, it's by someone else, but that's okay. Ryan! I'm sorry. I have a bunch of random things. These aren't all the items I've collected over the course of, because I've, you know, recycled things. I've been hacked. I don't even know. I remember someone was like, give me your password and I'll give you a spank. I was like, I don't know, and they were like, oh, well, I mean, you don't have to give it to me if you don't want to, which was like, thinking about it now, clearly a tactic to make me think that it was, like, trustworthy. So I was like, oh, okay, and then I gave it to them, and of course they hacked me. Like, I remember I was like, oh, why'd I give it to them? And I logged back in, and, like, you know, my stuff is gone, but I see that, like, a spike is in there, and I was like, oh. And then I think, yeah, at some point, like, I relog in, or, like, I reset my password or something so I can get in, and they can't. Then I get in, and of course, like, all my stuff is gone, like... I don't even know who half these people are. Zoom in on my buddy. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I got my membership quite a ways back, like, my first one, so... And, like, other ones during updates and stuff, so I think I just retained... like, the member privileges. Like, I have free chat still. I don't know if you can get free chat anymore if you have to be a member, but I got it back when you were allowed to, like, just as a non-member, so I have free chat, so I can be like, hee hee, danganronpa. I don't know if it'll let me say, oh, it will. Okay, so, I feel like I should do something entertaining. I gotta... Why don't I play, like, Sky High? You know, that's an entertaining... I don't know how entertaining I can be on this game. I probably won't do as good while I'm talking, even though this game doesn't really require, like, verbal concentration. If that makes sense. Like, this is much more, like, mechanical concentration. And then I remember once I recorded it when I beat... Oh, I wasn't supposed to do that, now was I? When I beat it, and I put it on the channel. I don't even remember what video it was. I'll see if I can put up a card. I think the title was actually legitimately I Won Sky High. Anyway, I should tell a story. What kind of story should I tell? Do I know any stories? Should I tell a story involving Jaden? This was like grade... I missed that gem. It was like grade 5? Oh! Fine. I remember it was grade 6. So, what had happened... Please let me move. Okay. What had happened was, so, we were hanging out and like at the back of the park, like at the baby park, and there's like an actual park area with like a slide and stuff. And then like there's like a little hut type thing. So Lucas was over at like the bigger park area. At the more park area, and he was kind of going back and forth. Michelle, Jaden, and I were at the hut. There were other people there too, but I don't even remember. I'm sorry. And so we're there, and I guess whenever like Lucas would run by, Jaden would call him like a coward, and we're like, okay, Jaden. And then I guess at some point like she went over to like the park area, and he was there, and he like, so Michelle and I were talking, and then we saw him like kind of press her up like against the railing. That sounds and we were like, what's going on, you know? And then I guess she runs off and she's like giggling. Lucas comes back, we're like, oh, what happened, what's going on? And then he like combed through his hair and was like, I told her if she kept calling me a coward, I would punch her in the face. And we were just like, oh, so that's the story. It wasn't really as much of a, much of a big deal anymore. Oh my gosh, Triple, thank you so much, Animal Jam. I actually remember for a while I wanted to talk about it on the channel. Oh my god. I think for a while I wanted to do some kind of like animatic or something. Or some sort of story time, like animation. Oh my, you're kidding, sorry. And then I forgot about it, and then I told it now. Or I guess not forgot, I don't know, I just didn't care enough about it to talk about it again. Or to remember to, sorry. Just over the years it became less of like a big deal, because I think I just was like, I don't know. There was other stuff going on, it's fine. I just remember that. I remember for a while, like, I don't know if you can really tell on the channel. If you were like a hardcore fan and like looked in the descriptions of the videos, you might see it a bit. But I remember for a while, because when I first became friends with Jaden, I was like, wow, she seems so polite, like, she says pardon, and like, I don't know, she said some things, and I remember her calling her teacher fat and old, and I was like, oh, okay. I got like pretty tired of it. So then I just like was kind of openly like not into it. In the description of some of our videos, I think there's things where I'm like, I think I might kick her off the channel, like something like that. Or like there's that video Jaden standing exposed where she's like, what if I hacked this girl that she was pretty mean to? And I was like, oh my god, like I was like, fam, you don't just say that. Like I think she forgot we were recording. I don't know, I haven't actually talked to her all that recently, so I don't know. Jaden, if you're hanging out on the channel, comment or just text me on Instagram or something. So I remember there was also some drama between Jaden and Michelle, and I think it was like the first kind of drama that happened based on like stuff, like recollections from around then. Like I think they were friends when Michelle came on the channel for a bit, if y'all remember. But so when she was on the channel for a bit, I don't even know. I remember I mentioned this on a Wattpad book thingy, documenting my experience with Jaden and my opinions on her back when I was like real salty about it. I say I don't know a lot. Oh hey, I won. Good for me. Oh, I got a tie. Thank you for 269 nice gems. I got a tie. I'm glad I won a game while I was telling a story poorly, but anyway, continuing the story. This isn't even really a singular story. I just remember her, like, during the recess, she was like, this might have happened a couple times, but I remember once she was just like, I think I'm gonna change the password on Michelle and kick her out, and I was like, that's mean. I don't know, it was wild.